Welcome everybody to our bi-weekly webinar. I'm a co-host, Ryan Poole. For people that don't know, I'm a real estate agent just like yourselves, been doing this for over 20 years. And I also the founder of Real Trade, which is an online marketplace and social media platform for real estate. I tell everybody, check that out. It's free for agents to sign up. And imagine this, you can get free leads off your own content. But I'm proud here to be a co-host with Jim Brown. Not only is he a real estate attorney, he's the founder of New Path Title, awesome closing software, Title Leap, and the amazing Title Advance, which I use on all my deals. And we're excited, actually. This is a great webinar. We're mixing it up. We're actually diving deep today on CRMs. I know a lot of agents have a lot of panic, software panic on CRMs, but they are one of the best tools to help grow your real estate business. No ways around it. I've used a ton of them over the years. I'm going to share some great insight, and excited to have Jim here. Jim, do you want to say anything here for the webinar?
No, I just wanted to, as always, you guys, we super appreciate your joining us. We got our social coming up on Thursday night this week at Sushi Joe's, 6 o'clock. First drinks on us. Come by. We don't have an agenda. We just talk about biz, or we talk about family, or anything in between. If you turn on your cameras, we can see your reactions. We can move through the material quicker. Good morning, Judy. Good morning, Alex. And if you got any questions, just pump them into the chat. Ryan's going to be presenting today, and I'll follow up. There are no bad questions. I'll watch the chat. There are no bad questions. And anytime you have a question, 24/7, just text me and I'll get back to you.
Awesome. All right, here, let me share my screen. And too, Jim, if you want to share our websites in there too for the agents too, so they can see them as well.
Yep.
Here we go.
Absolutely.
Awesome. So this one, CRM, it's kind of it's a word for us agents. And I tell you, as a salesperson and been doing this over, 20 years, it's probably one of the hardest things to master. I gotta honestly say, because as salespeople, I think just, and personality wise, we're always so outgoing. We're, shaking hands, meeting
Can
people.
you expand your screen a little, Ryan? Just a little bit. Just blow it up a little and get rid of that ribbon at the top, just because they'll get a little more real estate. Yep. Now click the arrow next to editing, to the right of editing. In the bottom ribbon on the very right.
The bottom ribbon. What's this?
Keep going to the right. It says the word editing. Keep going to the right. You're doing it.
It's covering. Hang on. Just screen. Okay, editing. Got it.
There you go. No, just click the arrow to the right of editing, and that'll, yeah.
There we go.
There you go. Just gives you a little more real estate. If you can expand it out a little bit, that'd be great.
Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah, let's see if I can do it. Hang on a second.
Demystifying CRMs.
Yep. No, it's a big one, guys. I mean, it's one of the things, like I said, is personality. I think real estate agents, it's tough to stay organized. And obviously, it's tough to keep track of all the contacts that you have and, getting them on email campaigns and it's something that's very difficult for agents. And I've seen it, many times in my career. I've probably used a dozen different CRMs that I've tried over the years and trying to get a good one. And today we're going to take a deep dive on what's some of the most affordable, easiest to use. A big thing too in CRMs, I think that's very valuable, is a lot of CRMs nowadays provide leads for you, which is awesome, which they go right into the CRM, which makes it really, really easy to get deals. I tell a funny story. I was actually going to save it for the end, but I signed up for a CRM, paid for their lead system, Jim, and I got one lead from a CRM that I followed up, got the notification through my phone, called them immediately, ended up turning into a $250,000 sale through multiple different properties. So there you go. You know what I mean? And it's just one of those things you got to stay on top of. So, all right. So just a little 101. What is a CRM? In short, it's customer relationship management. That's what it's short for, right? So obviously it's a software used to organize and manage client information, track interactions, automate tasks, improve communication, and ultimately leading to a better client relationship and business efficiency. Big thing, us agents, we're on the road, we're going all the time, going from, showing to listing appointment, and a lot of things. What's nice about a lot of these CRMs too now is they have mobile apps. So you're getting notified in real time as you go, especially if a new lead comes in or that you need to make a phone call, which is important. So here's some of the benefits. And the nice thing too is this is going to be emailed out to all the attendees, and also we're going to be putting the recording on YouTube too for people to view this. This is going to be, I think, a great one for evergreen content. So, um, lead management. I think this is probably one of the biggest things. I have over 10,000 leads in my CRM right now that I'm actually following up with that I've put together over the years. And just having just a weekly newsletter or a monthly newsletter that goes out keeps you in front of mind of your clients. A nice thing too, a lot of these CRMs now, they have client communication right through the CRM where you can actually phone call or text actually right on the CRM. So you don't have to even use your phone. And it makes it real easy for that for dialing. Obviously, a big thing here for data organization. It centralizes all your data in one place, which is awesome. Task automation. This is a huge one. There is actually a lot of CRMs right now, guys, that are leveraging AI for automated tasks and scheduling appointments, which is amazing. It's actually, they're set up now where they're actually sending text to the clients if they like a property on your IDX feed, trying to set up an appointment. And they say, yeah, we'd like to set an appointment this time. And it does it for you and you get notified, which is incredible. And
Ryan, I want to interrupt just for a second.
yeah.
So if you look at the data, like what turns leads into sales, the automated stuff is super important, but the simple act of knowing who the last person was who contacted you and doing the simple act of the follow-up, that's where CRM strength lies, right? So
Yeah.
somebody called you a couple of days ago and you got it in your CRM, you do that, it prompts you to make that simple gesture. That's the number one thing
Yeah.
that cements sales is the personal follow-up, and that's where the CRM strength in my mind
Well, it
really.
is. I mean, for sure. Like I think probably on like I use Sync, and one of the best, I guess, features that I use there is the reminders. So I make a
Exactly.
phone call, right? And I like making, 20 phone calls, 30 phone calls a day at least. Right. As you set a reminder, hey, follow up next week with this person. You put a note on here, see, make sure that they got the email for the new listings, follow up with them next week. And you get notified right on your phone
Yeah.
and it like literally right then, so you don't even have to think about it and it takes 2 seconds. It just creates more space in your mind to actually do the actual sales and have a good energy when you meet your clients of not having to constantly remember to when to make these phone calls. But it definitely, like, guys, I've had people in my CRM that I've had on drip campaigns, that are getting, emailed new listings like for years. You know what I mean? Where like years later they'll contact me and say, "Hey, we're ready to buy now," which is awesome. And a big thing here, which is great, is a lot of CRMs now, which the ones I'm going to be showing you, they provide lead gen. You know what I mean? So like, Sync and a lot of the other ones is they provide leads for you from third-party vendors that obviously you have to pay for, right? That you have to pay for, but they upload right into the CRM and do automated follow-up and scheduling right there, which is amazing. So the
Yeah.
lead gen piece, guys, is a big one. I will say that it's something that's really nice because, like I was telling that story, I had a crazy lead from CRM that came in that turned into $250,000 sale in a little over 2 years. It was incredible. So rated and reviewed the top CRMs right now on the market. Now I'm basing these, on cost, ease of use, and efficiency of their actual features and benefits. I share pros and cons with you on this, which is easy to digest. Remember, you're going to be emailed this, so you don't have to remember all of them, remember all of it. But I break it down and give it a score out of 5 too, as well. But remember, the best CRMs, and I want to say this over and over, are the ones you use. You can have the best CRM in the market, but if you do not train on how to use it and use it every day, it's worthless. I've had so many agents, right, that tried CRMs, and the thing is, they just don't use it. They don't log into it and actually use the features and benefits. And I know we all have, this is something that I really want to address is software panic. It's real. Everybody experiences it and it's normal. Start off by watching some training videos. um, Almost all CRMs have that. They have some short training videos on how to do it, to how to upload your leads that you have currently in your database, how to get new ones, how to use the different features. Don't think that you're going to figure it all out in one day. You're not. It's going to take months, sometimes even Sync. I mean, years later now, I'm actually learning features and using features that I haven't, that I didn't even know about that they're at. I mean, there's even features now with CRMs, guys, that they do the mailers for you. You can set up mailers super like a couple clicks and send out, new listings to certain areas. So, all right, so let's get into the meat of it. Try do this and keep this under 30 minutes, right? So one of the best overall values right now on the market is LionDesk. It's powered by Lone Wolf, and the big one is because it's very affordable. It's $39 entry level plan. It's one of the best values right now for real estate, even though it doesn't have all the big integrations like Follow Up Boss, which I'm going to share later, and some of the other big CRMs. But it's you can do video, text emails, exclusive library of pre-built emails, text campaigns. They actually do have a built-in auto dialer that you can do, and they include a lot of marketing tools, such as your landing page builder, Facebook ad tools that will delight agents and help keep their hands dirty from prospecting for leads instead of just buying them. So you can get in and actually do your own Facebook ads, which is cool. Here's some of the features that they have for you, and this is all for $39 a month, guys. They do have, which is huge. Now, say what you want, okay, about the internet. I have a software company, RealTrade. One of the best ways for leads in real estate is direct mailers. Ironically, some of the most successful, agents out there are doing direct mailers, and this is one of the big features that LionDesk has. They make it real easy, so you just can actually, Jim, take an area. So let's say you have a listing that you have in Flamingo Park, right, that you're getting ready to put on the market. You can actually take the map version of the area, circle a square around the area, and it'll give you all the homes, all the addresses in that area, the people's name, make the actual postcards for you. Okay, saying, hey, just listed, here's my new listing, come see it, I'm having an open house at this time, and they'll actually send it out for you right through the CRM, guys.
So it's got an interface that you upload some pictures, you upload some copy, and then it'll send it out. Does it, and it takes care of the postage and all that. Does it allow
Everything.
you to filter like people that have lived in the area for a certain amount of time? People that have, are there any filters you can throw on that, or is it just blanket everybody?
No, you can. Like I use Sync. So Sync actually has they have a mail feature which I use, and it's actually called Core Facts, and you can filter out different actually even how much money they
Yeah.
make if you want to send out the postcards to that certain money in that area. But it makes it pretty easy to
How
blanket.
much income they?
Yeah, yeah, you can do that of like their household income because a lot of that's public information, right? So they do give you some filters, but that feature in itself. Let me tell you something. I've gotten, listing leads directly from mailers, and it's a great way to get listings, which is awesome. Nice thing too, they do a landing page builder, so you can create your own landing page, for your brokerage or for your
Is
own.
that pretty standard now? I see a lot of CRMs are advertising landing page construction.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Now that's something that you want to have. The thing is too, is then once you have your own landing page and then you can connect your IDX feed to it, Jim, where people can search for properties on it. And then what they do is they actually market the actual landing page right through social media ads for you. I mean, this is what like Sync does, which is amazing, super hyper localized. It's very, Sync's a lot more expensive, but yeah, they do a lot of different things for that. And then basic transaction management. So that's some of the features, the pros. Big one, $39 a month. Here's some of the pros. Nice thing here, not all CRMs offer this, but this is a great thing. A lot of them offer a 14-day free trial. So you can actually do it and try it to see if you like it and not be locked into a contract right away, which is awesome, which is great. So they offer a 14-day trial. Um,
If you have a database, Ryan, do most of these CRMs allow you, like, say a lot of agents I know are working off of spreadsheets or other CRMs. If
yep,
they have a database, can they put the database into the new CRM relatively easily?
yep. So I'm going to give agents a really good tip right now. So you can pretty much from all CRMs that you're currently using, if you want to try other ones, you can download pretty easily all your contacts with all your notes through its CSV file, right? And then you just upload that CSV file into the new CRM, which all CRMs make it pretty easy to do that because they all know that, different people hop in between different CRMs. Um, that's something that you want to really, make sure they have, which almost all of them have that. Yep. But the big thing is too, like you can, this easy lead segmentation via tags, which is really important for, like how hot's the lead. You can rate the lead, how hot it is, so you're keeping track. So when you open up your dashboard every morning, you're seeing your hot leads. Even like Sync, I can see Jim on Sync, right? Once I've connected them with the IDX feed where they're searching for properties, I can see the properties they click on. Like I can actually see the properties they're clicking on and viewing and saving, and also see the emails they open, right? Because you can set them up on an email drip where not only, they can go on the site and search for properties, right, on your IDX feed, but they can actually get emailed new listings that are in their criteria that you can either manually set up for them, or the nice thing is if they land on a listing and it's like 300, like let's say a $500,000 house in Delray Beach, the system will automatically set them up an email drip campaign for homes from 400 to 600,000 in Delray Beach. It's incredible. Like I said, it's incredible. So the automation is huge, but obviously, as Jim mentioned, you want to call them. Here's some of the cons
Yeah, we
for,
were just talking about before the show, sorry, but being genuine, right?
yeah,
I'm not going to say that mass emails are disingenuine, but there's something genuine in the energy that you convey and all the things that come through when you make that phone call and you have that tone to your voice and it just a smile shows through the phone. A
yeah,
frown, absolutely shows through the phone, but that genuine follow-up that, wanted to make sure you got my message. I
yeah,
can't tell you how many salespeople hit on me and I never get back to them or make a sale. And the salesperson that hits on me and says, "Hey, I'm calling about this ad space or the whatever," and they do the follow up and they feel genuine. That's who I send the business to. I just
yeah,
got one this morning for offshore accounting. They followed up from a brief inquiry. I'm
yeah,
going to make that sale happen.
yeah. I will say this, that it is the one feature that I can have is the reminders. Like just set the reminder, follow up next week, follow up next week. You know what I mean? And just you put it in there and you make your phone calls. I mean, that's probably one of the most powerful tools you
I
can
think
have.
so.
You know what I mean? But then you have some that like they don't, you get stuck, Jim, like you're sitting there making the phone calls and you never get through and you're leaving voice messages. So it's nice to have the automated email, campaign that they're on. So at least they're getting the emails and I can see when they open the email. So I can at least say, hey, at least they're opening the emails. They might not answering my phone call, but you might get a call a year later that says, hey, I'm ready to buy now, which is awesome. So like I said, the big thing on this one is pricing. It's only 30 days, $39 a month, and you can try it out 14 days to test out. I actually sharing a link here to the actual CRM so you can check it out, which is awesome. Now, this is a huge one right now. This is real popular with a lot of agents. It's a very successful CRM. It's best for solo agents and small teams. Rating this one a 5 out of 5 is Follow Up Boss. It seems to kind of hit a sweet spot between affordability and a lot of the features that it offers for the price. Um,
But I think Follow Up Boss is also really intuitive, isn't it? It used to be.
yep. No, it is real intuitive. I mean, that's something too, is like I said, the software panic's real, right? You get onto a
Yeah.
CRM and you don't know where everything is or how to use the features the best. And this seems to have probably in the industry right now the best, the best out there. And it's affordable at $58 a month. The thing is, you can use other platforms to plug in for leads like Ylopo, market leader, to generate leads, which then feed into Follow Up Boss. So they don't have like their own lead generation, but you can set up other companies pretty easily to generate leads for you, which I think is an important part of a CRM. Even if you're spending $100 a month, you know, like I'm spending for Sync like $150 a month for leads, and I'm probably getting per month probably 10 to 20 per month, new leads that I'm
What
getting.
does that convert to you for sales? 10 to 20 leads.
So traditionally, if you can close internet leads, which, are the leads you're getting from your CRM, if you can close, 6%, you're doing really well. You know what I mean? So think about it. If you're getting, let's say, six to 10 leads a week, that's what, let's call it 40 leads a month. That's, 400 leads a year. It's about one a day, I suppose I get. So that's like, 400 leads. If you're doing 6%, what, that's an extra 3 or 4 deals a year, that you're getting
Six
just from,
percent of 400?
well, yeah, 400. How many is that? That's like four deals.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Around 3, 4 deals. That's just from the leads that you're buying, right? And then obviously you're adding your own leads to it. You're out there, adding more contacts into it as you grow your business, right? You're shaking hands, right? Which obviously your best leads, guys, sphere of influence, right? That's your best lead, is people that you actually know or referred to you by another friend. Those close way higher, Jim, than like the 6%. You're looking a lot higher. So
Ryan, zoom up to 30,000 feet for a second. What does CRM online marketing look like that happens on your behalf
yeah.
without your input?
Yep. So what it is, Sync's running, actually they create a whole landing page for you, like,
Yeah.
right, for you, that you have, which I have then plugged in my IDX feed, right, that has the listings there. They then are taking that website, which is for us that I built, it's called the Florida Home Guide. That's the actual landing page of where they're landing, and they're searching for homes. So they're taking that and they're doing ads on Meta for you. So they're doing it on Facebook, very localized to Palm Beach County.
So they're putting Facebook ads out on your behalf, driving people to your personalized sync webpage.
Correct.
When you say you're putting your IDX feed in there, is it the IDX feed of just your properties or is it the entire IDX feed?
The entire IDX feed. Yep. The entire IDX feed. So
So
you
if
get,
they're doing a search, they're
yep,
going to go on, not if they're doing it, if they're on Facebook, they're going to get bombed from sync, drive them to your personalized website. They're going to start searching properties under Ryan Poole's name, and they're
yep,
going to call you. Wow.
yeah, yep. And they put in their name and phone number. So it's kind of funny. They put in their email as their, I mean, they put in their name, their email and phone number. They put in their email and their phone as their, as
That
the,
seems like a no-brainer though, like from a
it
business
is.
strategy.
It is. Like I said, it's nice. And it takes just, like I said, I got one lead from that I made over $200,000, Jim, from that. Like that pays for your CRM for freaking the rest of your life. You know what I'm saying? I mean, the return on investment on that is so massive. So, like, that's something, that you want to do, that I highly suggest you do. And there's
Well, two
in the
or four
crappy
deals.
leads, sometimes you get Donald Duck, with the phone number 11111, and the email ABCD at ABC, right? So you get those leads too, right? But there's a lot that actually are that you're good, that you can follow up with.
I didn't realize though that was automated built into a tool like Sync. And agents call me all the time and they're saying, I'm having a great week. I got a text last night. I love it. One of the
Mhm.
agents on this pod called me, texted me and said, this has been a hugely productive week. But I also get texts from agents that say, hey, everything I used to do isn't working right now. Do you have any ideas? And I didn't know grabbing a CRM that had an automated online tool was a thing. An online automated marketing
Yeah.
tool was a thing.
Oh, it's
Just,
huge.
just out of a show of hands, respond in the chat. How many people knew that CRMs had built-in marketing for you, automated marketing? All right, so maybe I'm the outlier.
No, it's a big thing right now. It's big in the industry, honestly. Like, having that set for you and kind
Yeah,
of, set it and forget it is massive. It takes some
yeah.
time to set up, but obviously these guys are trying to, get you to spend however much dollars a month. They have good customer service, a lot of these companies. So here's some of the more features that they have. This built-in auto dialer is very popular for CRM, so you don't have to use your cell phone and all that kind of stuff, which is cool. And you can set your own number that you want to have it. And they have direct integrations with lead gen companies here. This is big too for teams. They have accountability features that include leaderboards, call recordings, speed to lead analysis. This is something that I really want to harp on, especially when you're getting leads from the internet. Speed to lead. You have to call them literally as soon as you get the lead. Don't wait. Don't wait like an hour, 2 hours, because the reality is, this is the truth. They might be going on to another landing page on their social media and putting their information in another site. You know what I mean? Because they're getting ads then, because Meta now is going to put more ads 4 real estate companies once they land on another one. So you want to start that relationship right away. You know what I mean? I can't harp on that enough of how important it is to speed the lead. Call them as fast as you can. Hopefully, you can call them within 10 minutes of when they put in their information, if at all possible. Definitely want to call them within 24 hours. 100% want to call them within 24 hours. And it's cool is like, some of these CRMs, like for teens and stuff, build these leaderboard gyms and they make it like kind of like a gamification and make it kind of fun to see which agents are doing the best response, which is cool when you're in a team.
I think that's great.
Yeah. Yeah.
I know so many agents that would like to see their stats and how they rank in their community. I got agents that call me up and they say, "Hey, am I the top closing agent in your office?"
Yeah.
Call me back when I'm the top closing agent.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go. Big thing too, pros, like this is one thing that Follow Up Boss is really known for is like their support, phone and email. Literally email, call them with any kind of issues. They're on it. They have a lot of integrations with other real estate apps too that they can plug in, which is great. They have great nurturing marketing features that are easy. Like they have, a lot of these CRMs, they have templates that you use for your email campaigns with newsletters. That's automated, Jim. Like you don't even have to come up with the content. They're coming up with the content for you. That you're just doing a newsletter that you send out every couple of weeks and you set it and forget it. And they're pulling, the latest market data or sentiment from the internet and they're putting it into an email for you to send out, which is awesome. Um, and here's some of the cons that they could go for. Like I said, the price starts at $58. You can, build. It's really good for team because they give you discounts if you have more users. Big thing here is I have a 14-day trial, and I shared the link to Follow Up Boss. This is a real good one, guys. I would say this one is probably one of my top ones. Follow Up Boss for solo agents and small teams, which I think most of the people that we have a lot of webinars are small teams and small and Alex, do you have a question?
Hey, yeah, Ryan, thank you for doing this. I did use Follow Up Boss at one time. I did find that the CRM was great. Um, and I did have the YLOPO feature at the time, which was probably about 3, 4 years ago. It wasn't very successful. It was just pulling up some like kind of like dead leads. So I
Mm-hmm.
was wondering, is YLOPO the only option for lead generation, or I know Mojo is more of a caller. I'm not
Yeah.
familiar with Agent Legend. Can you touch on that a little bit?
Yeah, so they've come a long way, man. They actually have right here 200 different integrations with popular real estate apps. So you can get leads from, the Z word, Zillow, realtor.com, all those different service providers, Grizzly leads. You can search through their different integrations that they have. The nice thing is they plug in with the integration right into the CRM. So you don't even have to put their names in or phone numbers, which is huge. Yep.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, no, I know. Why Lopo did like they had some great marketing that they had, and then I think a few years ago they kind of slipped, and then now I have heard that they're coming back. So it's kind
And
of
I think to your point, you did say that they are doing Facebook. At the time, they were doing Google. Maybe
yeah,
that's the difference too.
yeah, yeah. It seems like I with Sync they do Google ads too, but it seems like the most leads that I've got are through their Facebook ads. You know what I
Not
mean?
surprised.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yep,
Okay. Thank
which,
you.
which is good. Awesome, no problem.
Wow. Before you get started again, Ryan, I just started combing through the MIT study that Amy Jo posted. That's a necessary read for everybody.
What does it say, Jim? Give us
The high level, it talks about, there's an overview. I'm not going to give away the details because I want everybody to read it, but there's an overview in there about the best times to call and then the probabilities of converting a lead into a sale and how rapidly they drop off with every minute that ticks by with the newness of the lead. I mean, I focus on the law, right? I don't want to be
dude.
super sharp on the laws for you guys, but when
Yeah.
I see the marketing stuff, I have to tell you, it excites me because I like this part of the business.
So you want to hear a funny story? So that lead that I made over 200,000 from, Jim. Not only did she buy a condo in Vista Blue, I actually ended up less than a year selling her condo in Vista Blue, and then selling her a new condo in 5,000 North Ocean because she met her guy, her husband, in her building, and they wanted another $5 million condo in 5,000 Ocean. And she told me when I called her, she's like, you know. you called me, which was great right away, but she goes, I got calls from other agents after you called.
And Ryan, you mentioned something else that's really important. I had a
Jeez.
little property recently that was going to go rent vacant for a couple of months. I
Yeah.
called an agent that I use frequently. She finds me properties. I buy them. When I sell them, I use her. I said, I got this little property. I got to rent it for a couple of months. I thought to myself, she's not going to want to do this. It's such a pain in the ass. She got my rental, which is just a few months. She's going to get the sale of a piece of property for the person that's renting, the purchase of another piece of property. Like it just ripples into so much other stuff.
Tell agents, it's like a domino effect. Your best leads are actually the people that you've already sold property to.
Or somebody you might even say, no, it's a little rental. I don't do rentals or something.
Yeah.
It just dominoes into other things.
It, the thing is like I tell agents, like with the CRM, it's the newsletter. Send the newsletter. Send it out every couple weeks because they're getting their newsletter and there's some news that they do, and you're always top of mind with them. You know what I mean? Obviously, too, like have them follow you on social media. That's something that I want to talk to. It's not equated to CRM, but like if you're constantly putting content on social media too, which is a great lead gen, which is organic, which is free. You're not paying for. Um, you take them, put them into your CRM. You know. So not only they're getting your social media posts, they're getting your CRM, and if they're in your CRM, make sure that they follow you on social media. If they're not, you know, it all is staying top of mind, Jim. It's a lot, I know, but
All staying top of mind.
I know it
Stay
is.
on top of two key points. Stay on top of mind, following up.
And follow it fast for new leads. 100%. So this is actually one CRM that's getting a lot of traction right now. It's called Wise Agent, becoming very popular, and they have some great AI lead nurturing tools that they have. They also have Facebook ad creation tools, so they're kind of turning more now into an all-in-one with lead gen AI, very affordable at $49 a month. I know a lot of agents using this right now that are loving it. So this is definitely one you want to try check out. They have a built-in line dialer, which is big. The building the Facebook ad tools, AI writing assistant, which is cool. Which, by the way, we have an AI writing assistant on RealTrade, guys. If your CRM doesn't offer you an AI writing assistant on Agent Premium, if you want it, I can give you a free code for a year. It's only $10 a month, but you can do email campaigns through RealTrade as well. And then they have they can do print marketing as well, which is good. And this is another thing, they can do the landing page builder as well. So those are big things. I do like having the print marketing materials. You know what I mean? That's a huge feature. This is like a lot of, do it yourself stuff because you got to build the ads, but they here provide a lot of value for a cheap price, and then they have obviously some add-ons that they can do. So that's definitely one you want to check on, Wise Agent, which is very affordable. Big thing here too, 14-day free trial, which is a good one. Now this is a more big one that's more in depth to more best in lead generation. These guys are gaining a lot of traction. They've been around for a long time, but they're $179 a month, but they do done for you buyer and seller lead gen, custom branded marketing reports, well organized dashboard, um, property insights, automated home valuation on the landing page, market snapshots, which is good. I think this is really good for sellers. I hear a lot of lead gen for sellers coming from top
Yeah.
producer, which would be a good one to take a look at. Here's some pros. Like I said, done for you lead gen. Like I said, a lot of these CRMs, they might not do lead gen, but like Follow Up Boss, they have plugins that you can then plug in other platforms to get the leads over to Follow Up Boss. But these provide it in-house, which is awesome. Um, Lead profiles, including headshots and data from the other social media accounts. They have a lot of different pricing that they have for you too here as well, that they break it down for you.
I feel like Ryan, you buy this CRM if you wanted to scroll up a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like you would buy this CRM if you were a seller and you wanted to use like their automated funnel. It sounds like
Yep.
people landing on your site, people getting automated pricing, things like that.
Yeah, they're getting updated property values. They probably have some kind of algorithm that gives them updated property values. So they're getting an email every week and what the val- value their home, which is great for sellers. They might see
Federico asks you, Ryan, just curious, do you manage all the features yourself?
for the CRM that I do personally.
I think that's what he means. Do you manage all Federico, if you want to go off mic for a second or go on mic for a second, what do you mean by
Good
manage all?
morning. Right. Like you said, I mean, you need to learn all the tools of the CRM. Do you manage all by yourself?
I do. You know what I mean? There's other brokerages, but I'm like, an independent brokerage with Bit Realty, kind of like
I
part.
think a lot of people on this pod are independents
Yeah.
or
I mean,
function like not in teams and function like independents, even if
independence. Yeah. When you start getting into teams, is like there is a good model for teams. Obviously, they take a higher split, but they'll have someone that'll manage the whole CRM on the back end. And they're usually outsourcing it to some other country to do it, to make it cheap, but they're actually managing the CRM for you, doing everything for you on the back end, and then just notifying you when you need to do something.
But I think the important thing, Fed, is you get into a CRM, you get into a basic CRM, and then you can export the data. If you decide you in your travels, you find a CRM that you like better, that has automated marketing, that has more detailed marketing materials the way you want to work, then you can migrate the data from any CRM to any other CRM for the most part in that CSV format. So you don't have to feel like
Married. Yeah.
you're pegged into one software. As long as you get started and you start taking advantage of those automated follow-up features and the automated emails and the automated campaigns, now you're on your road to productivity.
I'm telling you, even if it's the newsletter, we have a newsletter generator on Real Trade for Agent Premium, Federico, which you're a part of. Like you can do that through that and just put it in there and drop it in your CRM and send it out every couple weeks. Even if it's just that, you know what I mean? That's huge. So that's good. So top producer, here's their pricing that they have. They have a lot of different options, in pricing. Now this is another one, best all-in-one CRM platform for solo agents. This is a huge one right now, Real Geeks. For solo agents. It's a dynamic CRM, fully integrated IDX website at a
That's
more.
got a lot of That's got to getting a lot of exposure lately.
It is. Real Geeks is an up and coming one, especially in the last 2 years. They have this good thing, the state IQ valuation tool, which is great for sellers when you get seller leads. That's giving them, like I said, that constant home valuation tool that they're looking at. I think they can even edit it to where, like, okay, if I update the kitchen and the bathrooms, here's my new valuation on the home. And the cool thing as an agent, guys, when the buyers and sellers are using these tools, you can see it. You can see it on the back end when they're clicking and using these tools, which is pretty
Wow.
awesome. So be a great time to call them and follow up and say, hey, we haven't talked to you in a while. Want to see if you maybe meet up for coffee if they're looking at updating their kitchen or bathrooms using that feature, which would be pretty
And I
great.
see they have an AI chatbot in Real Geeks, and it
Yep.
sounds crazy, but in a recent study I saw, an overwhelming number of people, a number I never would have thought of, would rather talk to an AI chatbot because it feels like they can get to their answer quicker.
Well, this is one thing Sync does. They have an AI chatbot that texts them, and it says it's my assistant. Hey, this is Alex, Ryan Poole's assistant. Just saw that you were just checking houses out in Boynton Beach. Are you looking for any other areas outside of Boynton Beach? You know what I mean? It's just like, it's kind of crazy, right? But they get that, and then they text back. I get a message and say, hey, we just got a response to the AI. Why don't you log in and respond? And then I can say, hey, this is Ryan here texting you. Great, I'll expand your search from Boynton Beach to Delray Beach. So then I can just go on the CRM, Jim, right then in real time and say, hey, they're not only looking for homes in Boynton Beach, they're looking for homes in Delray Beach. Well, now they're going to get notified when new homes in their criteria come in Delray Beach, just not Boynton Beach. Is that incredible?
Alex
Incredible,
asks,
Jim.
no, it's amazing, real time, doing stuff that used to take us weeks to figure out and dial in. So
Well,
Alex
hours.
says, Jim, is that saying that we are not listening to the customer and too busy selling them? The report that I read basically said that people want the information quickly. So I guess in one way, in one sense of the analysis, maybe there are people who are spending too much time selling and broadcasting and not enough time listening. But I think the majority of the point of principal point of the article was simply like, people want information quickly.
Yep.
So if I may,
Yeah.
so one of the things that I always hear from, you know, professionals that have been in the business for a long time is you want to control the conversation. You want to control the narrative, you want to control the direction, but this is actually saying the opposite. In a sense, right? It's saying that these people want to control the conversation. They just want the information and then they want to move on and not be sold, is the way I'm interpreting it. Granted, I didn't read the whole
Interesting.
article.
Yep. I will say this, like I get a lot of, because I just got a big pile of internet leads in my CRM, is a lot of them are just browsing. You know what I mean? And they're just browsing, which is fine. And they'll message the AI text, hey, I'm just browsing. Great, enjoy the site, but they're still getting the newsletters, they're still getting the new listings that come on. I see that they're opening them, right? So I just put in the CRM, give them a call in a month.
Yeah.
Give them a quick call in a month. I just put a reminder, give them a call in a month, just stop to say hi. I just wanted to make sure that you're getting the emails and all that kind of good stuff and just touching base. So anything
Yep.
catching your eye,
Agreed.
it's just weird. Some people they just wait and they're super patient. But I've had leads in CRM come good 2 years later. 2 years. They didn't answer my phone calls. I look back at my activity. They didn't answer a phone call 6 times. I called them just to say hi over like a 6-month period, but there you go. They got the emails. They finally reached out. So Real Geeks has a lot of features, guys. Like I said, the AI chatbot feature is a huge one. I know a lot of people like that. They have integrated notifications that prompt you to follow up. They have social media integration for enhanced lead understanding and engagement. I'm sure they're using pixels for that, which is massive, right? Pixels are basically, let's say they visit your website, right? From the internet lead and they click on it and they go on it. Well, then that tags them. The system knows that you're on Facebook, your actually real Facebook page that you have for your business. It then recommends your Facebook page. So they follow you on Facebook too. It's those type of things that, the technology side just gets crazy. How many people have ever had this happen where you visit a website like on Google on your desktop, and then you open your phone an hour later, and all of a sudden you're seeing that website on your phone on social media. They're like, well, how do they know that I visited this baseball, bat company, on my desktop, and now I'm on my phone and I'm seeing ads for baseball bats from that company. That's the type of stuff that the meta tags, guys, is real. They use that. So I would say this one, I would heavily have you look into Real Geeks. They're not a little bit more expensive at $2.99, but people love them. They're saying they're the next sync, which I use, which I'll get into next. But they have a lot of great. They have a client-facing home search app for collaboration, which is cool. They have some great features there. Here's some pros that they have. That allows agents to monitor real-time activity. Sync does that. I tell you, I love this. I can see every time they click on a property, every time I can see the property, when they clicked on it, if they saved it, whatever it is, you can see that in real time. You know what I mean? And they start to, and Sync even scores them. So the more activity that they're clicking, they're getting a higher score, and then it opens up on your dashboard for scores, which is cool. Advanced search areas for follow-up, SMS notifications. A lot of good stuff here. They also, AI created SEO content may not rank well in search engines. IDX websites are not as sleek as higher price competitors. So they even make IDX websites for you, which is cool. And here's their different packages that they have. Looks like they do lock you into a 12-month contract and they have no free trial. All right. All right, so this is the one that I'm actually probably most familiar with because I use this now. I've used other ones, but like this is the best one that I've used now is Sync. It's more expensive, guys. I do want to tell you, like, they start at $8.99 a month, and you need at least 10 seats to the CRM. So this is something that you do with your broker. That you can be like, hey, let's use Sync, because if you get it at $8.99 for 10 seats, that's $89 a month. It's not bad. You know what I mean? And I pay for my portion. We got the other agents at Bit Realty using it, but they are massive.
You guys are all on it a bit.
Yep, we're all on it in Bit Realty.
Ryan, what's the one thing about Sync that stands out to you that makes you be a Sync consumer?
Right here. Hyper local marketing. You know what I mean? They have you have to you have to get the leads when you put it in there. They have really good leads. You know what I mean? They
So
have good.
you like Sync for the leads feature the best.
Yep. And the automated AI, they have a great AI, text, and they have a really good follow-up. They have the IDX integration, Jim, with your website. So they're getting, they land on your website, they're searching for properties. It literally like will automate their automated search, and then email them new listings in that criteria just from
These are
click.
not paid endorsements.
No, no, I don't get any money from Sync or anything like that. I'm just saying they leverage Google big time. They leverage is Meta, Facebook, and Instagram for precision lead generation.
You know, and one thing, you guys, when you're getting a perspective from Ryan, here's the difference between getting a perspective from Ryan and getting a perspective from your broker or anybody else. Ryan's in the tech ditches, right?
Yeah.
He understands better than anyone I've ever met how real estate technology works.
Yeah.
And for you to endorse a product like this, I think that would if I was just watching on the pod, I'd tune in and check out Sync a little closer.
I would. And I listen, I every morning, it's like the first thing I do. You know what I mean?
It
I go
helps create structure.
every morning. So it's like the first thing I do is 2 hours I spend on Sync. So I'm number one, calling the new leads, nurturing the ones that I have for follow up that I have set reminders for. I'm looking at my hot sheet, kind of like, they provide a hot sheet of anybody that's clicking more properties or doing that. They're scoring them. I'm looking to see the hot leads that are, that I have that are in my database that might be clicking on more properties. And I'm making reminders to call them, either tomorrow or that day even. They have this really good organizational automated features ensuring leads never slip through the cracks, which is great. You know what I mean? Because no one's getting slipped through the cracks on Sync, guys. They're going to get something. They're going to get newsletters. They're going to get new listings. They're going to get some kind of emails from you, right? They're going to get AI text messages. They're going to get a lot of different things that they're going to get that a lot of other platforms. The big drawback is the price point. It starts at $8.99. So it puts it out of reach for some solo agents. But if you have
Yeah, you got to be in a team.
be in a team or have a small brokerage and get the whole brokerage to go on to Sync, but they do it. They set up your own landing page for you. They do all the work for you on the back end. They have seamless integration with your IDX websites into the CRM. The AI powered lead nurturing tools is huge. Smart suggestions and optimization, communication, and conversion strategies. You have a whole slew of different template emails that you can send out to people. I created my own kinda and just have them saved. I have each template. It's literally one click. Send this email. Hey, sorry I missed you on the phone. I tried giving you a call. Wanted to touch base. Whatever you want to say in the email, and you just send it out right through the CRM, Jim. And then you can see if
Here's
they
so many agents, they tell me, oh, we're not going to invest because we're kind of waiting for the market to come back to the way it was. I don't think the market's going anywhere for a while. I think the agents that are going to capitalize are investing in themselves.
This is where you invest in yourself, right? So this is where you learn a CRM, Jim. This is the time you do it.
This
If
is
it's
the
a little
time
bit
you
slow,
double down when things are challenging.
it is challenging right now.
You want to distinguish yourself, and the easiest way to distinguish yourself is during challenging times. It's hard to distinguish yourself when everybody's making money.
Yep.
When everybody's having a little uphill and they're leaving the business, now's the time that you're able to distinguish yourself.
Yep. Yep. So here's the pros, obviously massive pros with the AI, the integration with the IDX, hyper localized leads. They have dialer, automated stuff there too that I use. Guaranteed ROI in the first year to ambitious agents and teams. They're guaranteeing you that you're going to get an ROI. Like I said, I got an ROI from Sync of 250 grand from one lead. There you go. 250 grand. You know, like I said, it might
So if
not
you
be
tell them
like,
you don't make money, they're going to pay for your first year or
I
something.
mean, they have a thing like in that was, I don't know. This might be more newer. I don't remember that when I joined. Like I've had Sync now for like 4 or 5 years, but it's a good one, guys. Here's the website. I would definitely have you check them out. especially if you can get like 4, 5, 6 agents together to go into sync and get
Yeah, and the cons, you said not the best fit for smaller shops. It's strictly based on the cost, you're saying, right?
Yep. So this will be the last one. I think this is the last one I wanted to share. This is a free one. If you can't spend the money and you just want something free of a place to put your leads and help keep them organized and set reminders, there's going to be no lead gen or anything like that on the site. HubSpot's actually free. So you can actually set it up for free, zero cost CRM. They do have a mobile email. They have email replying tracking, list segmentation. They do have Facebook Messenger, and they do have some meta integration features, and you can do a blog post generator. Like I said, the pros that is free. It's super, super basic. You can send bulk emails with a catch where you have to pay for, and some email templates that you have to pay for, but you can make your own emails, and you can send emails one at a time, guys, which is cool. You know what I mean? And this is free.
What do you mean
But
emails one at a time? You mean just a custom email to one
custom
person?
email to the agent. So just like a place to keep track of all your leads, which would be a good start to see and start to use the CRM, and then take the CSV file. Then when you're ready, you're like, okay,
Yeah.
I'm comfortable with the CRM. I use this free, didn't cost me anything. And then you can plug it into Follow Up Boss, or if you want to go with Sync or whatever, you could put those into another CRM that has more features, because this doesn't have a lot of features. You know what I mean? Doesn't have a
You
lot of.
used to use HubSpot years ago. It was pretty intuitive.
Yeah, it is. It's pretty easy. I actually use it for real trade, that I have for too as well. Pricing, like I said, is free, and then they have add-ons that they have, and here's your HubSpot link to it. Like I said, everybody's going to be emailed this as well, so you can have these links here. And this is, I just summarize on how to choose the right CRM for your real estate business, some integrations, scalability, features that they can use. Obviously, the lead management, the marketing. I think this is a big run right here. This right here, these marketing, having the ability to direct mail marketing, which Sync does value in those have in these other companies, and then the social media marketing and IDX to the websites. This is a massive, massive piece to a CRM, guys. Is that right there? That's huge. It's a big one. You know what I mean? It's going to make you, could make you hundreds of thousands of dollars just having the marketing piece. And then stability, obviously you want it to work, which Sync is a multi-billion-dollar company. Um, and then I put in some new different things about user experience, and stuff like that, and onboarding and training. Almost all of them now, pretty much all of these have good, high quality onboarding and training and customer support, which is cool. So take advantage. A lot of them have YouTube videos that you can watch on YouTube or on their website. So, all right, parting thoughts. Use the above guys guide to test out CRMs and choose the one that you like best. A good CRM is constant use. Constant use. Get in the habit of using it every single day. You know what I mean? Just set aside an hour or two a day that you're going to do nothing but calls on your CRM. Could make you tens of thousands of dollars extra year. I told you the one story. I made 280 grand in one deal. The most important thing is to use it. Most important thing is I don't know how many agents, Jim, that I've met that have tried different CRMs, and they just didn't use it.
Yeah. No, it takes discipline for sure. So parting thoughts. If you were an agent that wasn't on a CRM, what CRM would you jump on?
Would probably say Real Geeks would be, a top one. This is kind of like the best all-in-one CRM platform for
So if you had no CRM experience, you would jump right into Real Geeks?
Yeah. It's starting at $299 a month, which isn't too bad, which obviously Sync starts at like 900. So that would be, for a solo agent, would be super expensive. Then the next one that I would probably look at would be the Follow Up Boss, because they start at $58 a month. But they don't have leads. You have to buy the leads right from these other third-party vendors.
You'd start on Follow Up Boss if you just want a basic CRM functionality, and
Yeah.
you'd use the other one. What was it? If you wanted some automated.
Wise agent. I mean, Real Geeks.
No, Real Geeks.
Real Geeks. Yeah, Real Geeks.
Follow Up Boss if you had no experience. Real Geeks if you wanted some automated marketing.
Yeah.
Inbound opportunities, and then you'd like Sync.
And then in the Sync, if you have the money and do it, like I said, because it's expensive, right? Because it starts at $899 a month, and you need at least 10 seats. So, you have to buy 10 seats. Doesn't mean you have to use all 10 seats, Jim. Like you could use 4 of them, right? And then you
Yep.
split it 4 ways, right? So, it's more expensive, but it's got all the features and the lead generation and the IDX websites and the AI. It has it all. Like literally has everything. No, it's the Cadillac of CRMs. Here, Alex, you had a question?
Yeah, so with the sync, let's say you have 10 people, each person has their own CRM, their own database, their own Facebook marketing, so on and so forth. It's all separated. Is that correct?
So, well, here's how it works with Sync, right? So it's done through the one landing page, and then the broker or whoever owns the actual things, the account, then hands
Mhm.
them off to each agent.
Got it.
Yep. So it's done through one site. It's done
Okay.
through one site. The lead gen now, but each agent has its own landing page. Like mine's the Florida Home Guide Ryan Poole, but the leads land on the Florida Home Guide first.
Okay.
So, yep, yep.
Thank
Is
you.
that a manual thing that the broker has to go
No,
in?
they can set it up and give like every other one to agent. They can set it up however they want
Right, in a rotation, a
in a
predetermined
rotation,
rotation.
predetermined rotation. Yep. I'm going to tell you, for me, Sync, which I kind of like, Ryan had it with a lot of the agents just weren't following up. So I'm getting most of all the leads now from Sync because I follow up, because I call them, and they're going to,
Discipline.
yeah, they're going to get hit.
I like programmed discipline. I like going out to work out in a gym full of people that have to be there at 5:30 in the morning because that gets your ass there at 5:30 in the morning. I like knowing you have to clear your leads out of your CRM. I like that stuff.
Yeah. And actually, I've had pretty good luck on making calls in the morning. I'll start them at like, I'll look at log in the CRM at 8:30. I'll look and see what's hot, what's going on, the new leads. And then I start making calls at 9. I make calls at 9 a.m. You know what I mean? And get through the calls and, usually put at least an hour in, so by 10, I'm, 10:30, I'm done and then work on.
Australia has a question. Ryan, what does Sync do that Wise Agent does not? What does Sync do that Wise Agent does not do?
I mean, the big thing that they have that I really like about that, and I know I've looked into Wise Agent and I've talked to them over there, but I haven't, used it as deep as I have is obviously Sync. But what the big thing that they have here is the targeted leads from the IDX websites and into the CRM, which is huge, and the automated features that I have right here, like really big, sophisticated AI lead nurturing tools, not only through email but through text as well, which is big. Um, my suggestion is like Wise Agent. Nice thing about Wise Agent is Wise Agent gives you, I believe, a free trial for 14 days. So, they have a free trial, which is nice. Sync doesn't. So I would highly suggest check them out. You know what I mean?
Looks
Um,
like it's relatively inexpensive also.
I know. I've heard good things on Wise Agent. I've called them too and talked to them as well. Um,
I know a number of agents on it.
yep, yep,
We're at 10:59, Ryan. I had a parting thought, and
yeah,
I've talked to a lot of builders lately, and there's so what drives markets? This is
mhm,
this is kind of getting back to forget about the CRMs. This is getting back to like what motivates, what greases the rails to transactions? Why do people
yeah,
get stuck? And right now it feels like when I talk to people, because I call ourselves the lifeguards, right? We get to talk to everybody in the pool. If you're an agent, you
yep,
get to talk to your pool. As a title agent, you get to talk to everybody in the pool. And
yeah,
everybody has this degree of pessimism. And there's a gentleman who manages a little bit of money for my wife and I, and he told me something that really resonated. He says, everybody's thinking about the next month, the next week, the next presidency, whatever the thing is. He says, if you can think in 10-year cycles, he says
yep,
this is going to be a momentary hurdle, not even a hurdle. He says, try to get your clients to think in 10-year cycles versus thinking in the next week, the next day, the next news bite, the next, salacious media sound bite. Think past that. Think 5 and
yep,
10 years out. And then that's provided me a lot of comfort, right? So if I
yep,
think about 10 years, I have no problem investing. If I think about the next 10 days, I'm like, and I think homeowners and sellers are the same way. If they can just focus on 5 and 10 year cycles, it seems like it's a settling thought. So that's my parting bit of wisdom. Try to steer your clients to think in longer term cycles.
And you as an agent, right? You as an agent, you have 10 years here to build your, your market, your notoriety, people in your market to know you. You have a long time. Great way to do it. CRM. CRM's an amazing way to do it. You know what I mean? So this is good, Jim.
Ryan, can you see my
Yeah, I can see your screen.
Real Trade? So
Yep.
we're gonna let you guys go. Real Trade, love it. Can't say enough good things about it. It's an amazing tool that allows you guys to work without selling your soul to the devil, and I think you know what I mean. It's the greatest source of double dip activity I've ever seen.
Yeah.
And Ryan is given a CRM discussion from the heart, right? This is a guy that spends all his waking hours thinking about technology and how to make your lives better, easier, more efficient, and make more money.
Yeah. And like I said, you can get leads from Real Trade and put them into your CRM. There you go, which is awesome.
We got New Path Title. You guys, were here for you. I'm getting more compliments on Tajay and Christian and Alina and the team than I've ever received on any of our title teams in 20 years of doing this work. So I'm so proud of these guys. We got the law firm. And then Ryan mentioned it earlier, Title Advance, use it liberally. It doesn't cost anything to agents. I can't imagine why you wouldn't use it. You're going to punch in an address. You're going to get back a summary title order. It wins listings. Agents text me and they say it made a difference in their listing appointment because they knew title. And number two, it saves you time. Whether you're a listing agent or whether you're a buyer's agent, you're going to know title long ahead of the title company telling you what title looks like. And I talk to agents several times a week about issues that they have that could have been resolved in a title advance. I can tell you horror stories and I can tell you huge success stories, but everybody should know. And I do hear from agents periodically, and they say to me, "Oh, that's the title company's job." Pardon me, that's the old title agent mentality. I mean, that's the old real estate agent mentality. Today, we need every little advantage we can get. And title advance is just an advantage to the agents who want to take the time to understand it. All right, that's it. Don't forget to come to the social tomorrow night, Thursday night, 6 o'clock. It's not a big thing. There's no hype. There's no fanfare. It's just grassroots. Please get to know each other a little bit better. Title Advance, I'm sorry, TO Capital. If you guys know anybody that needs money for a fix and flip, and anybody that needs me for a bridge loan, I love paying agents some money recently to people who put deals together for us. You send us your fix and flip people or whatever, and you get a point or two at the closing. And then, a couple $100,000, that's a lot more money. Take advantage of the 24/7 attorney support. I've seen a big uptick in people texting me after hours. You can go right here, 24/7 attorney support, click there, and I'm getting questions that help me sharpen my sword. We're going to come up with a great topic for our next meeting. And when you guys,
I don't know any other like title company attorney that offers that, man, Jim. It's amazing, guys. I text Jim sometimes 7, 8 o'clock at night, and you get back to me, Jim. It's amazing.
No, it keeps me sharp, you guys. It keeps me in the game. I
Oh.
love it. All right, that's all I got.
All right, thanks, guys. Thanks, everybody. Share the outline and the link too, so you can see it there, and it's going to be emailed to everybody too. All right,
Ryan, thanks for your expertise.
thank you, guys. All right.